Hello, good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you to the industrial discussion on the electric vehicle revolutions. I hope all of you are doing good and a very good evening once again. Start the session. First of all, I will just give an insight on the electric vehicle domain. Okay. Check everyone. Am I audible? Just type in your responses. Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. So first of all, let me give you an introduction of myself. So my name is Tanmay. So today I will be your host in the domain, or you can say the moderator for today's session. So we will have an exciting session awaiting you. So first of all, let me give you a brief introduction of Skyyskill Academy. So for those who are joining us for the very first time, just a second. Okay. So all of you are gathered here to attend a demo session, or you can say the informative session with our esteemed industrial on electric vehicle revolutions. So for those who are joining us for the very first time, they will ask, what is Skyyskill Academy? To answer that, let's ponder the question. So Skyyskill Academy is a skill development institution. Okay, okay, thank you for that. Okay, just a second, guys. As many of you are joining for the both the streaming services, so that's why we are getting a slight lag. Okay, yeah, now we are good. So Skyyskill Academy is a skill development platform where we are focusing on both the domains, right? For upskilling and placing them in the industry. So it gives us an immense joy to inform all of you that we have been awarded as the best skill development platform for consecutively 2 years, 2022 and 23. And we are also confident that we will be winning that award this year also. A little bit journey about how Skyyskill come into the part. So we have started our journey from 2018, and till now we have been posted around 100 plus courses in our website with 1.5 lakh students across the countries. Like we have been training students in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, in South Africa, and in Dubai. So along with that, we have been conducted the training institutions like 600 plus faculty development program, and finally, we have been rebranded as Skyyskill Academy in 2020. So this journey has not been easy, but I will say it was definitely worth it. So to ensure that our students are getting a more branded, more you can say more reputed companies, more affordable institutions. So we have been researched what are the skill set right now required in the industry. So based on that, our courses, you can say curriculum, has been you can say scrutinized and has been reformed for the industrial to make industry ready. It may be short term or it may be long term, but the main focus we have is the skill development. So you can gain 2 weeks of skill development or you can gain a 10 months of scholastic program. So it depends on which domain or is it on which skill set you are emphasizing. So that's what we are focused. Like a student should be benefited at the end of the module. They should benefited in any way. So we have been also conducting the hybrid model, which emphasize the feasibility, how a student will encompass both online and offline training schedule. And the thing why we have been awarded as the best skill development platform is in front of you. We have a 98% of employability. So how it is possible? Because we are only focused on skill set which will drive you or which will uh, benefit you in the long run, like what are right now required in the industry. For that reason, we all have gathered here to discuss how the technological changes have been affecting the industry. Let me see some questions. Actually, someone in the chat box are referring that my voice is breaking. So just need to confirm. Okay. I think your network must be slightly. You can check in your network because most of them are saying that my voice is quite clear. Okay. Okay. So recently, what development we have conducted in this span of 6 years, that we have signed an MoU with ASDC, emphasize that all the students who are motivated, who are accompanying the automobile domain, they see their future or career. So they should be governed by a globally accepted certificate. So for that reason, we have been signed an MoU with Automotive Skill Development Council, which turns out most of the students have been placed, or you can say they got their place, or they got accepted in the foreign university for masters. So that's something, the impact I think we have created, and we are very proud of that. And most of the students they want to join the today's session, but due to their work commitment, they couldn't able to join. So the collaboration with IACE is to conduct, or you can say, to give a student or our trainers a overview on the practical domain. So it's a great, you can say, institution, or you can say practical approach for the students who will be with us for the 10 months. So what they are learning, they will be learning the industrial skills, because obviously they have received the scholastic knowledge, the theoretical mechanism behind every machine. So the thing which is missing with them is the recent industrial development. So for that reason, I think we have collaborated, shake our hands with IACE in 2023. Okay. Yes. And due to our placement collaboration, or you can say placement structure, we have been collaborated successfully for the placement oriented program and certification program with respectively IIT Guwahati and IIT Kanpur. So this development emphasize the student, so that they will ensure that they have a alumni of IIT, along with that, they got the experience of IIT faculties. They will be attending the sessions with them. They will be prepping them for the industry. So this is something which changed our total scenario. And I know that the IIT tag is very much for many of the students. Even I aspire to be IITian, but right now the future, or you can say dream of becoming an IIT is, you can say, approachable for everyone. The thing is, in this also you will need to get emphasize on your practical skills. So the certification program are the modules which Skyyskill initially have generated to emphasize on one topics, or you can say one skill set at a time. So this will be a gradual process for students to learn one module, or you can say one industrial practice at a time. And after completion of that, they will be focusing on the, you can say, industrial norms, how a machine is manufactured, what are the processes, what are the norms according to the government of India, according to the government of, you can say, the road taxes. So everything is came into the light, and after that we are moving on to the, if someone has not the time, so we are moving on to the, you can say, refresher of the industrial practices, which is otherwise I would like to call is a job leading course. So the job leading course is something which will give you industrial norms at a time, and with the research modules, like it will be also step by step process in the constrictive timing, like 10 months, 6 months. So based on the skill set and domain you want to go, your profile is being shortlisted, and after that it is referred to our uh, advanced, or you can say expert counselors, and then you are being selected for that. So we have all these four domains, constructively, automobile, industrial CAD CAM, electric vehicle, software, and finally game development. So these are the domains which are being very, you can say, industry tacky or industry oriented right now. And finally, I would like to call upon our guest, you can say industrial expert, right, from the Skyyskill Academy is Mr. Saumya Chaturvedi, and Mr. Dipesh Ranjan Sahu. So both have, just a second, both have an immense experience in the domain of CAD and CAE. And Mr. Saumya and Dipesh has not only given training but also uh, changed, or you can say empowered many students in the field which they thought would not be possible. But yeah, due to their guidance and due to their expert opinions in the projects, in the curriculum, and in the way of learning. So here they are not only training, but they are also preparing themselves for the future, or you can say totally developing a career. So training and developing a career is a both a different part, and they are best at developing the career. So without further ado, I would welcome Saumya Chaturvedi and Mr. Dipesh Sahu to the sessions.
So, hello everyone, is my voice audible?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So, let's start talking about EVs. Let's start, discussing about the EVs. So, let me just present my screen over here. So, is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, Saumya.
Okay, perfect. So Dipesh sir, are you there? Hello. Okay. So let's first actually understand what is the, like current overview of the Indian electric EV market. So as you know, surging EV sales are there. Okay. So day by day, you can see like, like new, every time some new vehicle is coming, some new market leaders are coming. Okay. So as you know that, like there is a huge competition in the market as of now. Okay. So with that particular thing, you can see that EVs are constantly growing at an exponential rate. Okay. Since like if you consider like before 100 years as of now from today, okay, if you consider that, then you can say that EVs are exponentially growing, right? And this upward trend is actually reflecting the increase of consumer demand. Okay. So people are getting more into EVs these days because EVs by back then are not that much practical, but now these are like getting practical day by day. So that's why you can say like it is getting more eco-friendly. So day by day you can say like more and more advanced technologies are coming, and more advanced like battery technologies, battery advancements are being done over there. So that is why like there are surge in the EV sales, right? Then comes your regional hubs of EV adaptation. So in the EV adaptation, what is happening actually? So as you know that there are some prominent hubs inside India. So you can say that states like Delhi is there, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. These are actually leading the charge, right? So even if someone is importing, right? Someone is importing, let's say, some EVs from China itself, then those are actually getting where? Those are getting to, let's say, Maharashtra port. Okay. So Maharashtra inside like Mumbai port, they are coming, then they are getting imported inside India. So these are getting hubs over there. So as you know that there are particularly two types, which is one is the completely knockdown and second one is the completely build unit. So if someone is importing completely build unit, right, and they are simply just importing the full assembled vehicle inside India, and they are simply then they have like showrooms over here, just like your BYD. You might have seen BYD vehicles on the roads, which is build your dreams. So you might have seen them. Those are completely build units. So those are simply getting exported from the country, and they are simply getting imported inside India, and there are showrooms inside India in which they are like selling them. Then comes your completely knockdown units. Inside the completely knockdown units, what is happening? So as the word suggests, so they are simply knocking down it, and they are simply sending the parts because of the import taxes. So import taxes are obviously going to be high for the completely built unit as compared to the completely knockdown unit. So for the completely knockdown unit, what is happening? Simply they are like importing the completely knocked down vehicles over there. Let's say they are sending the battery packs separately, then they are sending the battery like the entire chassis of the vehicle separately, and then it is coming to India. And inside India there is an assembly plant. Okay, there is not a manufacturing plant, but there is an assembly plant. Inside that plant they are simply just assembling the entire vehicle. So that's why, like there are some regional hubs. So you can see like Delhi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. These are your regional hubs, which are getting more and more, like booming in the all over the region over there. Then comes your diverse EV, like product offerings. So inside that, you might have seen that there are various golf carts on the roads, right? Then there are, like different two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers. So there are various varieties. And on top of that, you can have like sedans are there. Then you can say like Tata Nexon SUV segment, like compact SUV segment. Then there are Tata Nexons over there. Then for the you can say like for the sedans, then there are like Tiagos and all these different vehicles are over there. So you can see there are diverse variety of EV products for each offering and for each particular individual. So that's why it is a booming market inside India. Okay. And this rise is going to be exponential in the next coming years. Okay. And also you can see like there are different, like government is also helping to upscale all these EVs in the current scenario. So Dipesh sir, what are your feedbacks on this?
Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
sir, you are
Saumya. Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so yes, so what you are saying is correct. Okay, so a lot of we are seeing a lot of EV vehicles on the road, and obviously you can say there is an increase in demand of EV because people once we know that every change will have a certain amount of resistance because of inertia. Okay, inertia means people have a certain kind of mindset regarding your petrol vehicles. Okay. So change will always have a resistance. But once, if you can say we get, or you can say uh, we start seeing EV vehicles around us, okay, that mindset is going to go down. Okay. And people are opting because I myself, I'm using EV vehicles and a lot of my friends, they are also using EV vehicles. And I'm seeing how the mindset is changing. Now, everyone know that if you are living in a town, if your commute is within 30, 40 kilometers, then EVs are the best option. You can say the summer is very hot, okay, because of the heat waves. And we can know that, you can say, we can very easily beat the summer and also by expending less amount of energy actually. Why? Because we are able to recharge the vehicle with very little cost. Okay, and we can run hundreds of kilometers with AC on and all other things. If we will be doing the same thing with petrol vehicles, it is going to cost us a lot. Okay, so we are seeing a lot of you can say adoption, EV adoption. Okay, and targets are there. Obviously, the government and states, they have to meet the target. Okay, or they have to match the target. Okay, hello,
Yeah,
Saumya.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely, sir.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
uh,
So that is like overall scenario, right? Right, sir.
yes, yes. Mostly mindset has to change because vehicles are means companies are there who are building a very good EV vehicles, very efficient, very good EV vehicles. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
main thing is adoption. Okay, so people have to adopt.
Yes.
So adoption will always have a resistance because what we are trying to do is trying to change activities and mindsets of people. Okay, and we know that is not a one day effort. Okay,
Yeah.
it has to be when there is a mass movement, mostly in India and this, mostly in India, if I say, if there is any kind of mass movement, means a lot of people are involved in certain kind of activity, then most of the people are going to follow them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so once we get, or once we start seeing a lot of EV vehicles on the road, others will also follow. Okay, so that
Yes.
is what we
Yes.
see in India. Adoption requires a movement. Okay, mass movement. That means we have to first, in the first round or second round, we have to push to sales to a lot of people. Once they, because we as engineers, we know that EVs are very good. Okay, we know that if they will, because that is only you will be pushing the sales. Will not be faking the sales because now everyone has a mobile phone, everyone has the data.
Mm-hmm.
They can just talk to anyone. Okay, they can just you can say uh, what we have now, X is there, Twitter is not there, so they can tweet it and they can get the results whether they are really efficient or not. So as engineers we know that EVs are very efficient for commuting within a town. Remember, urban areas are very much required. In rural areas for short commute, like for your you can say distribution of goods. Okay,
Yeah.
setting up small you can say food trucks. Okay, those are for rural and for low developed areas. Okay, but for
Mm-hmm.
you can say for cities, your vehicles, as you said, Tata Nexon, your MG and other all other EVs, they are very good, though their mileage is 300. Don't worry about the mileage because your city's radius is within 50-60 kilometers or max of 100 kilometers.
Yeah.
And yes, there is a little less development in the charging infrastructure area, but now we are not, you can say, will not be any kind of means for 2025, 2025 will not be facing any, you can say, bigger issue on charging infrastructure.
So your voice is breaking a bit. Like,
When yes, a lot of vehicles will be on the road, then there will be a huge requirement of charging infrastructure. Okay, okay, so now you can continue. Okay.
okay, sure. So, as you know, like there are some key drivers, right? For like for EV adoption, there are different key drivers inside India itself. So, first one is the government incentives. Okay, so we are getting government incentives, like regularly. Like, so government are, like placing some schemes over there. So that includes your like tax rebates, some purchase subsidies, and some investment in charging infrastructure. So these are all the like government initiatives that they are like putting inside. So as you said, sir, like for changing the mindset, right? So many are like me myself, if I say like I was a petrol head, right? But now seeing everything like because adoption is necessary for like for sustainable development over there. So adoption is definitely necessary for that. So even like if government is supporting for all the EVs like to come in to join and everything, so government incentives are there for like for the people. Then comes your cost savings. So for the cost savings, as you know, like if as compared to your gasoline powered vehicles, EVs are basically like have lower fuel and like maintenance costs. So just like here fuel actually doesn't refers to like the gasoline, but here you can say that it requires the same thing over there, like your steering fluid, your brake fluid. So all these things are required, but the maintenance cost is actually less as compared to that, because as if you see on a very basic or very scratch scale, so it's just like a battery pack, a motor, and like few wirings, like instead of making a completely engine of like that. So it's basically helps in the cost saving as well. So as battery technology improves and economies of scale increases, so the upfront cost of EVs is also like expected to become more competitive in the market. Then comes definitely your environmental awareness. So as you know, like there are many environmentalists around, like who are creating like who are supporting the environmentals, and like giving exploring like giving us the message that we need to save the environment. So it actually like EVs are basically helping in producing like zero direct emissions and contribute to the cleaner air quality in urban areas. So that's why like you can see like in your phones also, so there is air quality index. So the air quality index is as you know that in Delhi it is getting worse and worse day by day. But if we are like planning to like be like be over there and to help through the government it is helping, then it might like reduce someday. So this is becoming an important factor as well, so driving the demand for EVs, especially among like eco-conscious consumers. So what are your thoughts on this, Dipesh sir? Hello. Sir, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
No, actually, what you're saying about the cost savings, like there is a battery technology improves, and you said like this. These are correct, absolutely correct. And what I want to say is, a few days back, I mean, few months back, we heard about like by using these electric vehicles, there are more chances to blasting of battery. So people are please aware of that and don't buy EVs. They said like this. These type of rumors are coming. So at that time, how we need, we are engineers and we are very much interested to adopt the EV, how we need to answer those questions, because but blasting of the battery is not a simple thing, because there are
Yes.
lives of the people are included in that, no? So that's why
Mhm.
how can we defeat that question? So I just want to know that.
Okay. So there are two aspects of this. First is regarding like if I'm the manufacturer, okay, if I'm the manufacturer, and second is if you are the consumer, okay. So if I'm the manufacturer, I need to make sure everything goes good, okay. So for that, for me, like for as part of the R&D, okay, like research and development, as part of that, I need to make sure that it withstand with the the current scenario. So over here you can see that due to the heat waves and due to the like battery temperature rising gradually due to that, there might be some faults, okay. Like we cannot say that humans are 100% correct, right? So we
Yes.
cannot say like that. So do let's say you are not seeing that like there is one lot, okay, there is one lot of let's say EV vehicles. Inside that particular lot, okay, there are only like hardly any one or two that is catching fire if they are on the roads. They are not like inside one particular lot. There is like every vehicle is catching the same situation. If
Hello,
every
Saumya.
vehicle, yes, sir.
Saumya, can I just add something to this?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay. So see, let me just say you why EVs are, you can say EVs are catching fire actually. Okay. See, catching fire, let me just first explain you what is the principle of all this, the thermal runaway. Okay, so why we call that as the thermal runaway of a vehicle. When it is catching fire or doing any such thing, then it is mostly your thermal runaway. Okay, so how that happens? So that starts from manufacturing of your, okay. So when in a batch hundreds or thousands of cells are manufactured, no two cells are similar. Okay, no two cells are similar. There will be somewhat you can say difference in distribution of impurities within them. Now, what we generally do? We generally go for balancing of batteries, balancing and proper charging. Balancing means we know that in a vehicle, in an electric vehicle, if there are let's say 4,000 cells, let's say if I go for your Tesla, okay, so it has 4,160 cells, okay, generating a potential of 800 volts, okay, and current I don't know, okay, I don't know means you have to just divide it with the total voltage, okay. So in that 4,160 cells, no two cells are similar. So you cannot have you cannot have a one algorithm charging and discharging a one cell, and you can just use or copy that algorithm for all other cells. That can't be done. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use a feedback loop. Feedback loop means continuously we have to monitor the, you can say, state of health of the cell and SOC of the cell, mostly state of health. Okay. The voltage. Okay, so this is what happens for cells. Now, why do cells catch fire? First is cells catch fire if you can say balancing is not done properly. Okay, if your battery or if your battery pack is not able to balance properly, so what will happen is some of the cells that are weak are going to receive high amount of current. Okay, and obviously when they are weak. Weak, when I say when a battery is weak means what happens is its internal resistance increases. Okay, battery is weak, it is not able to provide that much amount of current. There is a drop in potential. That means there is a lot of resistance buildup. Okay, so for that, what happens is when we try to charge that cell with a lot of current, okay. So because of resistance, we know the formula I square R. Okay. So when resistance increases, the power that is dissipated from the battery also increases. Now, in battery, we have gel-based electrolytes. Solid state batteries are also available. Okay, but mostly there will be a gel-based electrolyte. The next state of any gel-based electrolyte is gaseous state. Okay. In the same way, all the chemical species that you have inside the battery, their next state is gaseous state. Okay. Don't think that their next state is liquid state, then they will go for gas. The next state is gaseous state. So when the heat increases, there is a gas buildup inside the cell. Okay. So these things are common in most of your EVs. There will always be a small amount of gas buildup, okay, in small cells. So what they do is during the servicing operation or after 5 or 6 years of battery continuous battery pack uses, they tends to find out the faulty cells. They will be removing those things. Okay. And yes, remember the battery pack that you carry, it has a potential of like a, you can say like a bomb. Okay. So your battery pack has fire retardant material inside it. Your cells also have fire retardant material. That means that fire retardant material won't allow the fire to spread to all other cells and the fire to sell. You can say go for the vehicle. Okay, that means the vehicle should not catch the fire. So the fire that you are seeing actually that is a controlled fire. Okay, controlled means because of obviously I'm not saying that the manufacturer has not done it's not done the things properly, the driver, okay, he or the end user is going to suffer from that. But remember the fire is a controlled fire. Okay, because we as engineers know that if all the cells inside a, let's say, 30 kilowatt battery pack catch fire, it will there is a possibility that the blast force will be so much. Okay, that means within not 100 meters, 50 meters also you will be able to get the shock waves. Okay, the blast force will be very high of this battery pack. So your fire retardant materials are there inside to prevent this. Now, sir, how can we prevent the thermal runaway? What Saumya was saying that it is 1 in a 1,000 problem or 1 in 10,000 problem. Okay, or if I just go with a very you can say a relaxed value, let's say 50 in 10,000. Okay, so 15 10,000, most of them you can say out of 50 most of them catch fire, completely catch fire, and some of them show problems in battery. Okay, because your batteries have very smart BMS. Okay, any thermal runaway, if they are sensing, they are going to cut off all the cells. Okay, and you can say they are going to completely cut off all the cells. They will start decreasing the temperature of the cells as much as possible through your cooling. Okay, so they are that intelligent, but still what we can do is, remember, there is one cost factor to this. Okay. Don't think that engineers are that, we can say, fool that they are giving you batteries that catch fire. Okay, no, there is always a cost factor involved in this. What is the cost factor? Cost factor is if you are trying to prepare, okay, a cell with 99% purity, that is going to cost you a lot if you are trying to prepare a cell with 92% purity or 93% purity. Okay. So why? And there is a trade-off also. Okay. If your BMS is correct, if the driver is able to run the vehicle properly, okay, and all the things are working, the 92 percent cell is going to work for 10 years, 15 years without any problem. Okay. But if there is any kind of abusive use on those cells, then they are going to return fire. So one thing has to be taken into account, that is, if the cells are impure, okay, no abusive behavior should be done on the cells. If the cells are very pure, okay, even if they are abused, they will be handling those things, okay, because their integrity is very good. Okay. So catching how in future vehicles we are going to reduce that. First is there will be a direct contact cooling of the cells. That means your cells are going to be cooled directly through you can say directly through fluid. So if there is any kind of thermal runaway, the fluid is going to absorb all the heat and it is going to rotate it. Okay, or it is going to recirculate it. Okay, sorry, not rotate, it is going to recirculate it. Okay, so thereby preventing any thermal runaway. Now the batteries in which we are seeing thermal runaway, they are not direct contact cooling. Okay, remember it is an iterative iteration. Your Zomato use clients for developing its business. Okay, Zomato or all other things that we see when they are at their beginning or initial stage, they have a lot of flaws. But with continuous iterations on client and on end client, we are the client. So we provide the raw data to them, what next they have. Then they go on increasing their, you can say, technology, they go on increasing their smartness, all other things. Okay. So in the same way, direct contact cooling one is there, then very good thermal retardant materials. Okay. So your cells will have a certain or micron thickness of a thermal retardant material. Okay. If any kind of thermal runaway happens, the retardant materials are going to, you can say, they're going to prevent those things. Next is increasing the or decreasing the impurity or increasing the purity of your cells. That is going to cost. Okay. If now we will be using 99% pure cells, obviously the same next data next one that is costing us 30 kilowatt battery pack, that is costing us, that means not a whole vehicle that is costing us 15-16 lakhs, it will go up to 35-40 lakhs. Okay. Remember another thing. If you compare, so Tata Nexon is giving me 300 mileage, while MG EVs are also giving me 300. While the cost of that vehicle is higher, actually what is happening is they're using good quality cells. They are very less thermal runaway will happen. But when you just come down to, uh, you can say cost-effective variants, they will have some problem. Okay. But that will not, I'm not saying that it will be a continuous problem. Okay. 1 in 10,000 will be the sampling rate, okay, or will be the pieces in which this problem is going to occur. Now in India, we have crores of people. Okay. So you will be seeing 5-6 vehicles caught catching fire. The same train goes viral everywhere. So you think that a lot of vehicles are catching fire. That is not the case. Okay. 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 So
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir. So, you said there is a due to thermal runaway, and there is a cells may cache due to the improper balance. You said like this, that was absolutely correct. But I just want to give
hello.
I just want to share my thought. Is there any possible to place any sensor which is needed to the battery? Because if there is any sensor, if it gives any temperature value to the passenger, otherwise the driver, then he can easily identify that there is a lot of temperature inside. Is there any possibility to do that?
See, there is always one
Hello.
thing. Hello, huh? Am I audible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Huh.
please.
Remember. So your sensor, just remember one thing, your sensor sampling rate, the sensor, automobile sensors, they have a sampling rate of 20,000 or 20,000 hertz, or sorry, they have a sampling rate of 20 kilohertz. Okay. Or 20,000 hertz, same thing. So 20 kilohertz means each sensor is reading data at a speed of 1 divided by 20,000 cycles. So 20,000 hertz means what? 20,000 cycles per second. So each reading will be taken at a time step of 1 divided by 20,000. Okay. Thermal runaway happens within those periods. Okay. So what we have is if we start providing this information to the user, okay, there will be a delay, because remember, your sensor provides voltage. Okay. Voltage reading, if your BMS reads those voltage, now what we have to do is we have to convert those voltage into readable integers. Okay. That your user can identify. User cannot identify a voltage reading. Okay. There will be some 0.35
Yes,
volt. Okay. So user cannot identify. So what we have to do is we have to convert that voltage reading to a input or to an output that user can identify. That will be, let's say, 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. Remember, we need those things.
Yeah.
Your BMS don't read those data. BMS, if you can say, it reads mostly voltage. Most of your devices are analog devices. Sensors are analog sensors. Digital units are there only for trigger. Okay. But mostly your sensors are analog sensors that they send voltage readings. Okay. Or in your automobile grade very good sensors, what they do is they have small chips, or I can say that they have small converters inside them. Those convert this voltage value to bytes. Okay, bytes are faster to transmit. Okay, as compared to a voltage. Okay, because voltage drop, noise, a lot of things are there, can interfere with the readings of the voltage. But if you, at the end point of the sensor, if you convert the voltage reading to bytes, okay, bytes means your 0.413 will be represented as 0 cross 3x, like your hexadecimal, octadecimal points. Okay, so it will be converted to bytes. Again, bytes can be very easily read by your BMS and get the voltage reading. Okay, so those are very fast. But if you try to convert those bytes to int or integers, okay, and relay that signal to the user, the time period that it takes, okay, that means within that time period, thermal runaway will happen. Okay. So if you provide any kind of input to the user, okay, then that is going to cost you some time. And within that time, thermal runaway is going to happen. So what is there is we have trigger ports. Okay. You can say your user, it has no information whether thermal runaway is occurring or not. So in our sensors, we have trigger. Trigger means there will be a high point, there will be a low point. Remember, in trigger, we have 2 points, high point and low point. So constantly, your sensor will be at a high point or low point, depending on the design. Okay. Trigger will be happen when the sensor readings goes above a certain threshold. That trigger, what it will do is that trigger is required by the BMS to shut down some things. Okay. It is just like, let's say you are running a AC. Okay. You are running a AC and suddenly if there is any kind of disturbance in your current, your MCB trips. Okay. But remember, MCB trips also has certain time. Okay. That is a trigger. That is one kind of trigger, but that is an analog trigger. Okay. It is not a digital trigger. And it is going to take some time. So if you want to go for digital triggers, okay, that is high value is there, suddenly it will be low. It can be read very fast. Okay, and with that trigger, you can cut up the values. But if you provide that input, that trigger input to the user will again spend some time because your response time or user response time is 0.01 second. Okay, but your sensor reading time is 1 divided by 20,000. Just calculate it. It will be very, very low. So if you provide this facility to the user is always going to take some time to perform an action. And your BMS is going to perform the same action much, much faster as compared to the user. Hence, we try, remember, as we know that if we give the driving control to the user, at some point, if the user is on good mood, he is going to drive correctly. If the user is on bad mood, he is not going to drive correctly. So we completely remove that from the user. We will be doing it autonomously so that there will be no mood swings on the vehicle. Okay, it will not affect the driving quality of the vehicle. Okay, so you should do certain, or your electronics should be smart enough to remove the user, not to include the user. Okay, users should be included for certain kind of actions.
Okay.
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 Sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you can continue.
Hello. Hello, am I
Hello?
audible?
Hi, yes, sir, audible. That's what.
Sir, actually, I have a question regarding this environment awareness. Sir, as we have heard, like lithium ion cells and all the battery packs, like people are developing new kind of technologies for EV, but it's have been seen like how we can dispose of the used battery packs and all the things for environment safety.
No, lithiums are recycled. Most of your battery packs completely they are recycled. Okay, they're completely recycled. We have that facility in which completely your once your batteries chemical species will be separated based on, you can say, atoms by atoms. Okay, that means we can very easily take out lithium atoms. Okay, and create a crystal out of it. Okay, so one atom will get deposited, it will become a crystal. Okay, no, not a pure crystal. Okay, but it will become a crystal. Okay, so we can do that very easily, and everything of the battery can be recycled. But I add one thing I will add in this environmental awareness. Your lithium mining is not very good. It is very hazardous. Lithium mining, lithium processing, okay, is very, very hazardous. Okay, so for that, remember, we are the end user, we are not facing this problem, but the lithium manufacturers, lithium miners, they are facing a lot of problem. But since a lot of money is involved, obviously they work because of money. Okay. Hence, what happens is nowadays we are going for sodium ion batteries, ferric batteries are there. Okay. They will be a good replacement for lithium batteries. But remember, after some time, your hybrid vehicles are going to take the market. Don't think that your battery will be full battery. BEV are very battery electric vehicle. They are the roadway to hybrid electric vehicles. Okay, because if we calculate the total carbon footprint, okay, of a lithium battery pack, it is obviously you have heard this thing, and a lot of people say that the carbon footprint of lithium is very high. Okay, so direct emission may be low, but footprint or the total emission will be very high. Okay, because we have to extract the lithium, we have to process it, we have to process graphene, we have to process cobalt, we have to process titanium, a lot of things that are used in your battery. Okay, so for that, a lot of carbon. Your oil, remember, your mineral oil or your crude oil that we get, we just refine it. Okay, after that, no processing is required. But in your lithium, each species is taking a certain processing. Your cobalt needs processing, your titanium needs processing. Okay, your lithium needs processing, graphene needs processing. Okay, manganese is there, lead is also there. Okay, they need a lot of processing, individual processing. So total carbon footprint becomes very tough to control. But you, but we are actually not targeted towards that. Okay, because that if that will be the target of reducing the carbon footprint, EVs are very bad for reaching that target. Okay, but how we can reach it? By hybrid electric vehicles. Okay, so by using your sodium ion batteries, okay, they will have a very good energy density. Okay, not as good as lithium. Okay, but nearly as lithium batteries. They will be having very good energy density. Then we'll be having biofuels or we'll be having hydrogen engines. Remember, your hydrogen engines are coming. That means in your bike that you are seeing, you are filling what? You are filling with your crude oil or your sorry petrol. Okay, you will just fill hydrogen in it. Okay, and hydrogen engines are there, it will just work as your fuel, air fuel mixture is there. In the same way, hydrogen and oxygen or hydrogen and air mixture will be there and will be combusting inside your cylinder. Okay, so hydrogen engines are coming, and we have solved the problem of hydrogen storage through composites. Okay. Previously, there was a problem of hydrogen storage. We have to use very thick containers to store hydrogen because hydrogen, being the smallest element, will easily leak out of any container. But now we have solved that problem by using composites. We'll be arranging the matrix in such a way that hydrogen will be it will become very difficult for the hydrogen to leak. Okay, so your storage problem is gone. One problem is there, that is extraction of hydrogen. Okay, mostly extraction and transportation of hydrogen. Like your crude oils are extracted, then they are transported, then they are refined. Okay, in the same way, your hydrogen will be extracted from, let's say it is extracted from the atmosphere, it is extracted from algae, it is extracted from water, it is extracted from other sources. Okay, from ammonia, from any other thing. Okay, so one problem is transportation of hydrogen. Okay, you are extracting it. How to transport it to the batch or to the container? Okay, so one very good medium for transporting hydrogen is water only. Okay, but it has a certain draw because your polarized ions, you can say oxygens are there, little bit problematic. Okay, but that is one problem that we are. That is not a. That is one problem. Why I'm saying it is a major problem, because when you go for standardization of these items, like very easily you are getting crude oil or petrol in petrol stations. So to make things that easy, okay, it is not yet set. The hydrogen extraction is not yet fit for making things that easy. Okay, so that transportation is little bit problem, but your engineers are going to solve it. Okay, it will be a matter of 1 year or 2 years after that, because a lot of research. Okay, don't think that only in India, China, Europe, US, everyone is doing research of properly transporting hydrogen. Okay,
Uh, Sorry, sir,
so
for
once
interrupting, but I have a question, sir. Like, how India, like at the moment, India hasn't set up the charging station properly, or like the management is not good enough, because people are facing problem for charging their EVs. Like we have seen some videos or some places in social media or some other places, like people are using fuel operated generators to recharge their vehicle. Like they are stuck in between some places, like in urban areas, like in the top metro cities, it's okay. Like we have seen the charging stations are available, superchargers, like fast chargers are there. But what about the like normal urban areas where like things hasn't
Yeah,
been set yet?
I completely agree that charging infrastructure, remember, it is not that India is not opting for setting up the proper charging infrastructure. Okay. But just remember, as I have said, that there will always be a resistance because of inertia. Okay. All the setups are already there. Okay. You have to break down all the setups or you have to create new setups. And you can say, remember, everything depends on data. Okay, everything depends on data. Your government is not going to install a charging station at a location where in every 3 days one charging is required. Let's say there is a commute from a rural region to a urban region and the distance is 300 kilometers. Okay, so during that 300 kilometer, one has to, if there is not enough charge, one has to charge. But that event happens one in a week, one in every 3 days. Okay, so that event, if you start considering, or if your government start considering these events, then within 1 year, your government is going to spend all the money that it has. Okay, so you cannot do that. Once there is a batch. Okay, once there is a batch, then you can do this.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
Okay, so you can say once you can say in a certain region the amount of charging requirement increases, automatically you will see charging infrastructure over there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Well said. Definitely agree with you as well. So, moving forward on, so you can see like there are, as Dipesh sir has already like highlighted this slide as well. So there are different like technology advancements in EV battery and charging infrastructure which is already going on. Okay. Also, as you can say like as in parallel. So instead of lithium ion, like nowadays, like you might have heard of sodium state battery over there, which is already coming. So battery technologies are even getting, like advanced day by days. Okay, so lithium ions are like used as of now, but next is like sodium, which is coming inside it. So, Dipesh sir, will you agree on this? So there will be
Yes,
there any, like future for the sodium state batteries?
yes, obviously. Obviously, solid state and sodium ion batteries, there will be increase in demand of those batteries. Okay,
Yes.
afterwards.
So, moving on. So there are some different government policies and incentives that are like promoting EVs in India. So as part of the like policies initiatives, so there is one particular one which is FAME. So that is like fast adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicle scheme. Okay, which provides subsidiary and initiatives for the purchase of EVs inside India. Then comes your charging infrastructure. So the government is also investing in the development of a robust charging infrastructure across the country to address the range anxiety of EV owners. Okay, so right now, as we have said that like there is a bit of we can say like people are not well much adopt to it. So for the EV, so they are not adopted to it as of now. But because they might have, like a kind of fear or anxiety inside them that what will happen if the range goes off. Okay, so let's say from Uttarakhand to let's say Delhi, it's like 250 kilometers or 300 kilometers journey over there. Okay, but a car is like if your vehicle is only going let's say 250 or like then you might be in a question that what will happen if the range gets exhausted over there. So this is including actually like setting up of many public charging stations. Also you can see that many like leaders are also coming. They are not manufacturing the vehicle, but they are manufacturing the charging stations, and they are providing it like they are establishing it everywhere. And also you can see that different because of the connectivity of the mobiles, you can actually check where are the like nearest charging stations. So that is regarding everything over here. So Dipesh, sir, any point you would like to add?
Yes, actually, if I just say one thing about charging infrastructure, remember,
Yeah.
after some time, there will be three modes. Sorry, there will be two modes of charging. Okay, one will be your TOD charging. Another one will be your TOU charging. TOD means time of day. At what time of day you are charging your vehicle? If you are charging in the morning time where there is no rush, then it is going to cost you less. If you will be charging it during the high times, during the afternoon times, it is going to cost you more. If you'll be charging again at the night times, it is going to charge you less. Okay. But in TOD, what happens is if you charge at 12 o'clock and let's say you have booked 15 or 20 minutes of charging. Okay. Or you have set up certain kilowatt and according to that, it has calculated the units of charging. Okay. Okay. Units of charging. So it will be your charging rate will be fixed. Okay. For that 20 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hour. Okay. Charging rate will be completely fixed. That will be TOD charging. At 8 a.m., the charging rate will be 80. The charging rate will be 80 per kilowatt from 8 to 9 to up to 10. After 10, it will become 120 or 130 depending on the uses. That is your TOD charging. Then comes your TOU charging. TOU means time of use. In TOU, it is charging value. Price will be just like your the stock market. Okay, how it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Okay. So in a certain period, you can know how much it has gone up, how much it has gone down. So in the same way, if you charge for 15 minutes, okay. So your price, you are going to receive the price after 15 minutes. Okay. The price may be very low, the price may be very high, but it will be fluctuating. Okay. That is your time of use, TOU. Okay. And you can predict your, you can say your softwares may predict what will be the charge at that point or what will be the price. It can predict. Okay. But there will be little deviation from the prediction. Okay. So those will be your two ways of, you can say, uh, means how you will be charging your vehicle after some time. Okay. Remember, these are for public stations only, not for private or for domestic, or you can say standalone stations. Okay, means or the stations that a user or I can say the single phase charging. Okay, means if you installing a charger in your home, this charge is not going to be included in that. If you go for any kind of public station, then TOU and TOD is there. Okay. Okay. Yes.
So I guess like everyone have understood this. So there are like as you know, there are since many leaders are coming, these problems are also coming along with it, right? So this I think this might be the solution for most of the things, right? So we cannot see like as many EVs are there in the on the roads, but there are no charging station for it. So I think like things like this will help definitely for getting a spot. Next, let's talk about some challenges and barriers. So most of the challenges and barriers are already covered, but you can see like primary hurdles is the relatively high upfront cost of EVs as compared to the traditional IC engines. Okay, making them like a bit of less affordable. So as Dipesh has also said that if they need to cut the cost, then they need to do some tricks over there, okay, to cut down the prices of that. So even though those are affordable, but we cannot say that those are completely safe, right? So the lack of a comprehensive network of charging stations, especially in smaller cities and rural areas. So this is the answer for that, Shashwat. So that creates a range anxiety and discourages potential EV buyers. So you can say that in smaller cities and rural areas, there is a lack of, like charging station or network over there. So that actually creates like stops you from maybe like you might get one thought over there that will potentially discourage you for buying an EV. Additionally, the relatively short, the driving range of most currently available EVs, along with concerns over, like battery life and performance, is extremely in extreme weather conditions. So just like here, we are having extreme weather conditions, so heat waves are there. So Delhi has crossed it already, And that also, like continues to make some consumers hesitate to make the switch from conventional vehicles to electric one. Any comment you like to add, the episode over here? Also, I will be launching a poll for all of you, so you can answer that. So I have launched it, so you can say like what are your thoughts on this? Dipesh sir?
Hello. Okay, so
Yes.
one thing that I would say is EV adoption barrier, remember, your mindset is changing. Okay, people's mindset is changing, but one thing that will be a barrier is our power supply grid. Okay, so now, though India, remember, India, the amount of power that India is generating, we will be having no problem in charging EV, but that is for whole of India. When you just concentrate charging of EV or adoption of EV in a small city, that becomes a problem. Why? Because your EVs will be using a lot of energy because you'll be fast charging your EV. Fast charging means lot of heat dissipation, lot of current. Okay, and not only one EV will be fast charging. Hundreds of EVs or thousands of EVs will be fast charging in one, or you can say in one city. Okay, if I say that let's say 500 EVs are getting charged in a city. Okay, so that is going to put a lot of load on your grid, power supply grid. Your grids has to be changed. Now, India, the grid setup that is there in India, we are not that ready. Okay, to you can say to means load all our grids with that much amount of you can say power supply. Okay, so that will one thing that will be that your power grid assimilation will be a problem. Okay, that means assimilating the charging infrastructure with the power grid. So that is also being developed. Remember, there is no one barrier. There are a lot of barriers. Each barrier has to be broken at each step. Then only there will be a proper EV adoption. Okay, so there is one power grid barrier will be there. Another barrier will be your charging infrastructure management. Okay, because how will be the management now? How is the management? You can see that you are just reaching the petrol station. You are just saying, "अरे 200 का डाल दो, या 300 का." You are driving a vehicle or let's say a car, fill it up. Okay, or go for 1,000 rupees of. So you are saying them the input, then refill, then payment, then done. Okay, so management is not that much required. But when it comes for EV, now your EV is not, it is not going to take 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you start charging your EV one by one, what is going to happen is you will see a long line and it will not happen that fast because you will be having generation 1 EVs, generation 2 EVs, generation 3 EVs will be there, two-wheelers will be there, three-wheelers will be there, different kinds of EVs will be there. Your commercial vehicles will also be there. Everyone will have different requirements, though their charging protocol may be similar. Okay, there is a certain type of charging protocol that is there. Okay, that is one barrier that I'll be talking. Okay, not now. Okay, so what happens is the infrastructure that you are going to set in order to charge all these things. Okay, now you have to properly manage that because your EV owners will be booking the charge. You cannot wait for 15 minutes to charge. That is not going to help. So what we have to do is you have to sorry. You have to pre-book your slot. Okay. You have to pre-book your slot. So pre-booking has to be done. The owner has to or the user has to reach that at that time. Okay. Then proper remember your protocol has to be followed for charging because remember since your charging infrastructure, when you connect the charger to the vehicle, remember the not only your battery positive negative terminals are connected. Your protocol charging means now in that the whole vehicle is connected to the your you can say to the network. Okay. Okay. WA and wide area networking, or it will be completely connected to your global network. Okay, because it has to monitor what? Because your discom, okay, discom means those who distribute the current or those who are going to manage your EV. To them, the data should reach that your vehicle, the name is let's say Anika's, okay, name, owner name is Anikas, how much what is required is 300 kilowatt, what is the SOC of the battery, when he has bought this vehicle, is the vehicle requires any servicing or not, then they have to read all the data that is there in your vehicle. Now your vehicle will also have your vehicle is connected to your mobile phone. Okay. So protocols has to be managed properly. If the protocols are not managed properly, then your vehicles will be, or everyone will be open to a lot of cyber attacks. Okay. So protocol management has to be done by the charging infrastructure. Proper security has to be set so that there will be no loopholes in that infrastructure, or else a lot of cyber attack may happen. Okay. Obviously, because you are exchanging price, or you can say what you are doing is you are means you're exchanging money. Okay. So if there will be one port open to look into those transactions, okay, then a lot of ports will be open. Okay. So proper protocol management has to be there. Okay. Then preconditioning. When the vehicle will be charging, it will be a 15 minutes or 20 minutes charging. Mac, even if you go for XFC, extreme fast charging. Okay. That is also going to take, let's say you have a 30 kilowatt or a 40 kilowatt battery pack. It will take 20 minutes, 30 minutes minimum. Okay. So during that time, the driver will not be sitting there. The driver will be in the, you can say in the lounge, or you have to set up lounge, you have to set up entertainment zones where if the charging is going on, then they have to entertain themselves for that period of time. So lot of barriers are there. Okay. Your power grid barrier, charging infrastructure management barrier, proper protocol barrier with all the secure, with a very secure environment. Okay. So these things has to be done step by step. Remember, step by step. Everything is step by step. Okay.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So mostly these will be the barriers.
So, talking about now, like some emerging trends in the Indian EV ecosystem. So, first one is the electrification of public transport. So, some cities like in Delhi, in Mumbai, and Bangalore are leading the way for this. So, you can see like in Mumbai, like the double-decker buses there, right? So that has been converted into now EV. So electric buses are there. So three-wheelers are there. Two-wheelers are becoming increasingly, like common, helping to reduce the emission as well as the noise pollution over there. So this is one of the trend that is happening. So electrification of the public transports, right? So you might have also seen the electric Tata ACE is also there. Okay. Then uh, comes your expansion of charging infrastructure. So as I already said that, like many leaders are coming who are not, like manufacturing the electric vehicle, but they are focusing on manufacturing of the, the charging stations. So they are simply just making the charging stations over there, and they are placing all over the city or all over the region. Okay, then also, like some government policy also there where that are influencing to invest in this. So investing in this is like for the charging infrastructure. So these are all the like the trends which are happening right now, as well as the development of like fast charging hubs are also there, which are like common in the major highways and transport corridors. Then comes your rise of EV sharing and subscription models. So as of now, like some some business startups are already there. Some business models are there, which are including, like your EV sharing and subscription services that are gaining a lot of traction in India these days. So these models provide, like affordable access to EVs, making them more accessible to a wider range of consumer and helping to drive adoption. So these are like all the latest trends that are happening right now. And you might have also have heard of the Bounce. So Bounce is again another like company that is basically a Bangalore, you can say a Bangalore startup only. So inside Bangalore, you might have heard that there are various battery swap stations. So those are literally growing over there, and it is basically like you don't have to just wait for the charging to get complete. You can simply just swap the batteries at some swap stations, and you can go ahead with your journey. So these are also getting like common these days, and these are expanding from like centers the Bangalore, and these are expanding day by days, then coming to Delhi, then coming to Pune and Maharashtra. So like that. Any things you would like to add here, Dipesh sir?
Yes, what you have said is these are all actually that is these things are going on. Okay, so as you have said about the battery swapping stations. Okay, so we that battery swapping stations are going. That means for small commute vehicles. Okay, or for mostly two wheelers. Okay, two wheelers, small. If I just say the vehicles size for small like
Yes,
scooters we have.
yes.
Okay, so for that type of commute, battery swapping is very good. Okay, that means you just have to same thing. You just have to go to the station. You have to just see, or you have just have to connect to that station. App is available. Okay, you just have to know where means at which station you are. You have to select that station, and it will automatically show you how much or what batteries are which batteries are fully charged and which batteries are charging, and you can very easily swap your batteries. Okay, it will hardly take 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, that means it is much more faster than refilling your tanks. So battery swapping is very good. Okay, and it is we will see a lot of swapping stations for two wheelers. Okay. For two wheelers in uh, upcoming years. Okay, that means we will see a lot of those things in upcoming years. Okay, okay, well, that much.
Yeah. Then coming to the environmental and sustainability benefits of EVs. So like EVs are more energy efficient. Like it is basically converting over 77% of the electric energy from the grid to power the vehicles, to power the wheels, compared to only about 12 to 13% of for conventional gasoline vehicles. So this improved efficiency translates to lower energy consumption and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. So now, like EVs have zero direct emissions, which like also like reducing the air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to a cleaner area. So the environmentalists will be happier, and also it offers the significant environmental and sustainability benefits as compared to the your gasoline powered vehicles. Next, let's talk about some job opportunities for the engineers. Okay, so there are different job roles, and according to it there are different like skills that are required, as well as there are various since as you know that EV industry is booming. That's why we say that it's a booming industry, because day by day like many job opportunities are coming inside it. So there are different roles: mechanical, like battery technology specialist, data analyst, supply chain manager. So all these are different roles, and these are the different skills that are required. Like EV technology knowledge on that, programming skills. If you want to be a like data analyst, then program skills, software developers, project management skills, teamwork and collaborations. Then you might have known all these top companies. So Tesla, Tata, Mahindra, Bajaj, Rivian, Neo, BYD. So these are all the top companies, like top leaders in the market as of now. Then talking about how to prepare. So you need to just simply pursue relevant courses and coursework and certification, participates in internships and like co-op programs, stay updated on the industry trends, join EV related clubs and organizations, do some internships. And also, as you know, like Skyyskill.com is like Skyyskill Academy is also a very familiar platform which is giving all these courses over there. So that's how you can prepare for your future. Okay, so because future is EV, we can say that future is EV. And day by day, like this is a transition in which we are right now, and for that you need skills, and we at Skyyskill are there for you. So that is one particular thing. That next is like anything you would like to add here, Dipesh sir? Hello.
Sorry. I was on mute. Sorry. So I just want to add some things. Okay, that is see, you have to because a lot of students have come. Okay, they have done our course and they have left with very good, you can say feedbacks. But one thing that is there is remember if because most I am saying now, you'll also you may feel I am that I am not. You can say the things are not true, but that is what data says. Okay, that is most of you engineers. Okay, you will be joining and you will be interested in designing course. Okay, designing. Most of you will want designing. Some of you may want manufacturing. Some of you may want you can say your sales. Okay, that thing it is there. So most of you people will be interested in as designers. So out of, let's say, our batch has 100 students. Okay, one batch. Okay, batch A has 100 students. Now out of those 100 students, nearly 90 or 90% of the students will be, you can say, they will be hoping for to be a designer. Okay, CAD designer, CAM designer, or sorry, CAD designer, ECAD designer, or anything. Okay, but what happens is the conversion. If you just see, just just remember one thing. Designers in a company. Okay, if I say, let's say your Mahindra and Mahindra company. Okay, it has 50 to 60 designers only to design the vehicles. The rest are management, sales. Okay, and all other engineers, your service engineers, and all other things. Okay. So if you see a company that has 20,000, 30,000 employees, hardly 100, 200 designers will be there. Okay. Hardly 100, 200 designers there will be there. Those who will be designing the components, iterating, creating new vehicles, creating new parts of the vehicles. Okay. It will be there. Okay. So those are for the cases for core companies. Now, if in one company, 1,000 designing posts, okay, are available. Okay, so you can say that it is difficult to crack. Remember, it is difficult to crack. Okay, so now where else you can use designing? In third party. Third party means the people, those who are designing tools. Okay, there is another company, those who design tools for manufacturing. Like as I am a designer, I have designed the vehicle. Now the vehicle has to be manufactured. How the vehicle is to be manufactured? By using tools like your dies, like your, you can say, spot welding, or you can say like your painting shop. Those are tools, to create the vehicle. Okay. Now there are other designers those who design tools. Now they comes under manufacturing. Okay. Remember, just let me make things clear for you. Okay. So designers are there inside companies. Okay. Those who design the vehicle. Designers are there outside those companies, working for companies, those who design tools for creating those vehicles. Now they comes under manufacturing actually. Okay. Manufacturing, that means they design things for manufacturing. Okay. Now just now that is done. That is one type of designer. Okay. So you can say that mostly CAD designers, any kind of CAD designers that you see, either they will be designing a product or they will be designing tools to create that product. Okay. They'll be creating, they'll be designing the product or they'll be designing tools to create that product. Okay. Hence, whenever you want to no means you want, I want to be, or I want to be a designer. Okay. Or I want to get a job for designing. Just have these things in your mind. Okay. That it is not that what is the ratio, because yes, we are there to help you reach. Okay, but we also want you to show the correct path. That yes, we are there, but are you ready to give that effort or not? Okay, which effort you can say if you want to become designer in a core sector. Okay, little bit difficult. You have to have proper skills. You have to have some experience. Now, if you want to go for third-party designers, same proper skills and experience. Now, after designing comes manufacturing. Okay, manufacturers, if I say in a company, 5 to 10%, 5% is very high. 5% will be designer. Okay, nearly 30-40% will be management. Sorry, not 30%, 20-30% will be management. Okay, rest 30% will be manufacturing. Okay, rest sales. Okay, actually sales is the highest. If you just reduce all these things and keep sales nearly 60% or 50%, sales team is the highest. Okay, so you can say that in a company, this type of, you can say, uh, division to go into cells. Okay. If you're a friend,
So your voice is breaking a bit.
sir. Okay. To go into cells is little bit
Okay, so actually, let's move a bit ahead. So depending upon that, these are the different, like your job roles and the salary ranges over there. Yeah. So let's move ahead with this. And you can see there are different salary ranges and, like in EV sector for the students. So job roles and salary ranges. So these from here you can get an idea of that. And if you are already working, like if you are already a working professional, so how to maximize your earning? So things are like gain relevant work experience through internships. Okay, that is the number one point. Second is continuously upgrade your skills and stay updated on industry trend. That's why we are conducting this, like info session over here to keep you updated with what is happening inside the industry, what is like, the skills that you will be requiring for that. Considering advanced degrees or, like certification. So you can have, like some specialization in some particular course. You can do some particular course, maybe in hybrid electric vehicle or anything, right? Next, you have a network with some industry professionals over there. So you can say that like you can directly network to some industry professional. And best platform for this is LinkedIn, right? So you can simply connect. LinkedIn is not like like many confuse it with Facebook itself. So you can see like many memes pages are also there on LinkedIn these days. But LinkedIn is totally a networking platform. Like it's more than that. Okay, you can directly connect to someone. You can directly connect to HRs. Okay, you can directly connect to some or you can simply like connect to people who are already working there, and you can propose your referral over there, that I have this much of experience, and you can propose that I want to join there. You can refer yourself. Then is now like lastly is like about the negotiate job offers effectively. Okay, so it's more like the experience or the like the knowledge that you have. So just you need to negotiate regarding that. Just don't be like put in that particular region that you are not uh, eligible enough. Okay. Then next is regarding your future projections and like the growth potentials. Okay, just a second. Okay. So next is about your future projection and growth potential of EVs in India. Okay, so as you know that more than like 30 millions of EVs are expected, okay, on the roads by 2030 as part of its ambitious decarbonization goals. 1,000 crore, okay, so 1,000 crore of EV market is the like EV market is valued right now at 1,000 crore, and it is going exponentially. So just imagine like how much like potential it has. So driven by rising consumer demands and supportive government policies, so EV market is booming. That's why we say 50% of EV shares are directly by the sales. So electric vehicles are expected to account for over 50% of new vehicle sales in India by 2030. Okay, marking a monumental shift in the country's transportation landscape. So as you know that public transports, your private transports are all getting electric. Okay, for the private transports, it's up to you that if you choose to go electric or not. But for the public transport, it is definitely going electric. So these are all your projections over there. Then here are some more about it. So the Indian market is also projected to reach a staggering value of $128 billion by 2030, underscoring the immense economic potential of this burgeoning industry. Innovative charging infrastructure, battery swapping solutions, and advancements in the electric powertrain technology will be the key drivers for this growth, making EVs more accessible and affordable for the mass population. So this is regarding the future projections and the growth potential that EVs will have inside India. And this is only, I'm talking about India. We are not talking about globally. So you can, do the math and just see what impact it has globally. So let's talk about, some conclusion and call to actions. Okay. So as we look forward towards the future, the electric vehicle revolution in India has immense potential to reshape the country's transportation landscape. So driven by there are different government policies, like technological advancements, growing consumer demands. So this EV industry, okay, is booming, and that boom is exponential right now. So consumers work together to overcome the remaining challenges and accelerate the widespread adoptions to EVs. Key call to actions. So advocate for continued policy support and incentives to make EVs more accessible and affordable for all Indian consumers. That is the number one point, which obviously regards the money. Second is for the investment in the expansion of charging infrastructure to address range anxiety and enable seamless adaptation. So as many of them have some range anxiety, so investing in like manufacturers who are going into the charging, like who are making the charging stations over there. So investing in those can help them a little bit to establish the charging stations in even more regions. Then third is, but not the last, the promote awareness and education campaigns to inform the public about the benefits of EVs and increase their widespread adaptation. So these are all the, call to actions that we from our side as the public we can do. So thank you everyone for joining in this info session. So now if you guys have any questions to be asked to us, let us know.
I would also like to add that it was a great session in terms of informative and you can say projection into the future. So we have with us actually most of the students, and I would like to hear about what they have in mind and any questions on the industry or the idea or the projection, because all of them are industry expert. So you should actually emphasize this time and ask. I think Ramesh has a questions.
Yes, sir. As you said, there are a lot of opportunities in future days. But what I want to say is, actually, I completed my MTech 1 year back, and I just want to switch on to electric vehicles. So, is there any compulsion for me to learn a new things or new skills to get into EVs? I just want to know that.
So definitely you can do some short-term courses. Okay, like since you have already done your MTech, right? So you can choose some courses that has specialization in basically your let's say EV technology, EV powertrains, EV batteries, like that. So I would suggest you can do some internship. You can get some offline session over there. You can get some hands-on experience for that. So that is your overall path looks like for this.
So, where we will get these internships like regarding the series?
So, you're talking at the right platform. So, Skyyskill Academy, definitely you can go and check the website. So, skyyskill.com. So, you can definitely see, the website. You can check. There are various courses over here. That's why we are coming up with this EV industry topic over here. So, you can see there are various, short-term, long-term courses over there. So, just have a visit.
Sure, sir, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity for me.
Thank you.
So there is one question from Tanmay Giri, which is, sir, how to get internship in EV company?
Okay. like for the internship, you just need to check, like stay updated, like which company is giving actually what. Okay. So let's say in India, Mahindra is there, then Bajaj is also there. Okay, so Bajaj Chetak is also there. So it's basically like not an not you don't have to focus on the like the top companies over there. You can also get an internship in the startup. So in getting an internship in the startup is actually easy. Okay, like as compared to getting into the the market leaders. So getting a startup inside the EV market, maybe not about the manufacturer, maybe you can like go to the OEMs as well. So that is the overall situation right now. So simply just you just need to drop them a mail. Okay, so just drop them a mail that you want an internship. Okay, and simply just drop them the resume that if you have the previous experience, or you can simply just ask them like I want to do internship over here. That from there onwards, like your journey can begin.
Absolutely. So, I think one more question, Saumya, is with you, which is what are the key challenges currently facing in the EV industry?
Okay, so key challenges are the same like that. First of all, the charging infrastructure over there. Okay, then comes your different like questions over there. So it's Dipesh sir, are you there? So would you like to answer this?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
am I audible?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
there is a network problem in here. Okay. Okay, I'll try. Okay. Okay, what are the key challenges currently facing in? Okay, same EV industry, EV industries, they are facing the key challenge of EV adoption. Okay, that means you can say that if means they have no problem, they have no problem in manufacturing the EV. Okay, they have no problem in getting their raw materials. Okay, they have no problem in setting up the manufacturing plant. They have all the required resources and money. What they are facing is different EV adoptions. Okay, that means in India, what will be the adoption? Okay, how much it will take? Okay, what time it will take? Then how much the sales team has to push for you can say making for selling their vehicle. These are actually the thing, you can say problem that your EV industries that they are facing. Okay, I'm not saying that they are facing. They will be there facing any problem of manufacturing. No, they have all the required manufacturing technologies to manufacture EVs of all kinds of EVs. They don't have any kind of problem in getting any kind of raw materials from anywhere. Okay. Problem is adoption. Okay. How the user, how at what price you can say the EVs has to be built. Okay. Mostly price again is not the concern. Price can be set when we have a certain MOQ. Okay, or if we set a target, let's say in this year, if I will be selling, let's say 10 lakh vehicles, then obviously what will be the price of each vehicle that is going to fit in the market? Can I set that price or not? I can find it. Okay, let's say if I want to you can say sell one vehicle, we can say with 300-kilometer range with minimum facilities available, then I will price it within 10 to 15 lakhs. Now, if I price it within 10 to 15 lakhs and I am selling only 100 and 150s or 200s of them, obviously I'll not be getting my price. Okay, I'll not be getting my profits. No, I'll not be getting anything. So the minimum quantity should be 10 lakh. Now, if the vehicle, if the manufacturer is not able to sell the vehicle at that quantity, then the pricing that it has set with respect to its competitors, he's going to face a lot of problem in that. Okay, he's going to lose a lot of money. So adoption is one problem that the industries are facing. Okay. So once the infrastructure, see, government has to help the industries. We have seen Saumya, so sir was talking about FAME. Okay, so how government is helping industries to achieve this? Okay, so once your infrastructure is charging infrastructure is done, your adoption rate is very good, very high, then industries will not be facing any kind of problem. Okay, okay. Then like what role do renewable energy sources play in the future of electric vehicle? A lot. The renewable sources play a lot in the future of electric vehicle. Most of the charging infrastructures will be powered through solar. And why I am saying this is because we have got one very sweet point in solar. previously the solar panels that we were using, okay, now that is also available. They are not that efficient, remember. They are 40-50% efficient, okay, in converting the total. And let me just say a small thing on why that much, why they are that efficient is because they are dependent on monochromatic light source. Now the light that you are getting, okay, it has a wide range of spectrum, and with all those wide you reflect all of the spectrums, absorb only one, so less energy. Now what new solar panels have is they have a graphene coating just before the solar cells. So what they do is the lights that were getting reflected, okay, now those are absorbed by the graphene and they again emit the same monochromatic, you can say, light source of light wave. Now that this increases the efficiency of solar panels to 83, 85 or 90%. And now in near future, your solar panels with just you can say 100 meter by 100 meter square solar panels. Okay, means you can say 10,000 square meter. Okay, solar panel array if you set, then it is going to provide you enough energy to charge the vehicles of one city. Okay, not if one city, one town. Okay, nearly it can charge 5,000 vehicles. Okay, in 1 week. Okay, if I go for one day, 100, 200 or 300 vehicles per day. Okay, so renewable energies, remember most of the, if you say, sir, wind energy it is little bit difficult. Why, sir? Why wind energy? Because remember, climate is changing. Wind patterns will change. The places where previously there was lot of wind, now there are no. Okay, so wind energy is not cannot be used that much. Solar can be used. Other other renewable sources, there other renewable sources can be used, but mostly the you can say the you can say highest will be solar. Okay, highest target will be solar. Then you have what other renewable source? If you have anything in mind, just say okay. If any tidal is there, a lot of renewable, but mostly solar is can be used. Okay, effectively. Others cannot be used. Okay. For getting intensive, what skill a student should have for BTech level? See, skills. I said na. Industries are there. Industries. We we people like Skyyskill Academy. They perform research every time. Okay, what are the current skills that we have to teach to our students so that they get eligible to they get eligible in our they are eligible to go for any kind of job. Okay, so skill set. I'll not be saying you the skill set. I am not, Saumya sir will be saying you or Tanmay will be saying you about. Okay. What are the skills that are required? Okay.
Definitely, sir. So, Tanmay, shall we wind up the session now?
Yeah, definitely. So it was an intriguing session. I would like to thank both Dipesh sir and Saumya for this enchanting session. The student got to know more about the EV industry as it was 2 hours before. So with that, I thank all the participants to join and a hearty participation with you. So I think it's getting very late also. With that, actually, we are winding up the session. So, for more information, I think you have the best platform. You can just visit www.skyyskill.com for more information on our placement oriented program and the skill development program. So, you will just need to just have exploration mind. I think the world will be at your tip.
So, thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you Skyyskill for conducting such info sessions. I'll be looking forward for more in the future.